Wednesday, September 6th. Here we go. Where's Nick Bosa? I know this is getting a little bit of a topic that's getting beaten like a dead horse, but it is that big of a topic. He's that important of a player. This is supposed to be earmarked to be that special of a season. My goodness, I am sitting around reading a Sports Illustrated article today where every single person picking what the playoffs are going to be in this Sports Illustrated article. I think one actually had the 49ers winning the Super Bowl. 3 had the 49ers losing the Super Bowl. Every single person picking had the 49ers in the playoffs somewhere. This is a year that is attached to major expectations. What are you doing without your best player? Good morning. Welcome to the Damon Bruce Show. We got Wednesday, September 6th already. It is football eve. We got a Thursday night football game, Lions and Chiefs tomorrow. That sounds really good to me. The main event is 5 days away. Our first Sunday, week 1. Technically starts with Thursday night football, but we all know there's nothing better than when we get kickoff on that first Sunday, and the 49ers are going to be part of it, a 10 a.m. local San Francisco time kickoff in Pittsburgh against the Steelers, who, you know, they just went through a defensive end holdout, a year ago, TJ Watt. So Mike Tomlin is saying he's preparing for this guy to basically, show up at breakfast, sign his contract, and maybe even play. But today we saw Ian Rappaport basically say that there is a point where you got to get the player in if you're expecting them to play. This is full-on install time. Everything you're doing against the Steelers is being installed today, tomorrow. You want to get a practice or something in for Nick Bosa? Yeah, I saw Matt Barrows joke around that he's got the kind of talent where he could probably parachute out of an airplane after signing a contract and sack a quarterback, and there we go. He's ready to go. But then that would almost be negligent, wouldn't it, for the 49ers to sign a player and then with almost no being around the team at all, just throw him out there? But that is how special he is. I mean, isn't that the argument for just pay him whatever he wants? If we can all agree, hey, he can be signed 5 minutes before the coin flip, and if he can get his pads on fast enough and the Eagles, lose the coin toss, so the 49ers defer, which means the Eagles are getting the ball first. Yeah, maybe Nick Bosa could be on the field for the very first defensive snap of the year if he just signed 5-10 minutes ago. If we all agree that that can happen, can't we also agree that whatever he wants, he should probably get? Now, this isn't one of those shows where I'm just going to tell you what I think should happen. I'm going to tell you who Nick Bosa is, because there seems to be some confusion. There seems to be people out there who are actually saying, like, you haven't won enough with him. He hasn't produced enough in the postseason. The 49ers don't have a Lombardi trophy. I don't see Nick Bosa. He's a great talent, but it takes more than one great. Look, Tim Kawakami kind of summed it up today in an Athletic column. We're saying if you don't sign a guy like this, what are we even doing? Like I said yesterday, it's Logan Roy looking at his kids. You are not serious people. You sign Nick Bosa, and then you figure everything out after the fact. I don't want to see another list of 2024 cap hits. I've seen that. It's very cause celeb tweet or X to put out there these days. Very much, oh, look at this. This is what everyone's going to cost in 2024. Hi, it's 2023. You know how many moments in time you'll have to worry and restructure and get ready for 2024? The whole point was they weren't even ready for 2023, for goodness sakes. Yes, very good football players are expensive. The 49ers carry an awful lot of very good football players, which is why just about everybody who covers the NFL has this at worst a playoff team, at best a Super Bowl champion. It's go time, which means you don't screw around. Get your best player on the field. Hold on, sip of the day right here. That's good. I don't even know what time it is. I'm just going. Here we go. Let's get into who Nick Bosa really truly is, shall we? Because there seems to be some confusion. Did he tear his ACL in year 2 of his career? Yes, he did. But he's a football player, and that's part of the job too. That's part of the job too. And if your point is you can't invest that kind of money in anybody because anybody could get hurt, what are we even doing here again? Why even have great players if anybody can go out there and play at any price because anybody can get hurt at any price? So there you go. You can't afford any price on anybody. This guy has literally done everything a football player, a person born to play football, could possibly do when he arrived on the first day of job as a professional football player. So he did tear his ACL in year 2. We all know that. Otherwise, he has outperformed even the highest possible expectations for anyone's career. He's been the best defender in basically all of football, but for a torn ACL. Outside of sitting out injured with a torn ACL, Nick Bosa has basically been the best player on his side of the football. So that's why he's looking to command an awful lot of money. Let me just tell you, here's just a quick sampling, all right? NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, Sporting News Rookie of the Year, Pro Football Writers Association Rookie of the Year, Pro Football Writers Association Defensive Rookie of the Year, Pro Football Writers Association All-Rookie Team, NFC Pro Bowl, NFC Defensive Player of the Month for the month of October, Defensive Rookie of the month of October, NFC Defensive Player of the Week, Weeks 5 and Week 8. He was also something called the Pepsi Rookie of the Year, which, you know what, drank the most soda? No, he wouldn't. He's in too good of a shape. But the Pepsi Rookie of the Year, and that was just 2019. So basically, he shows up the best player in his class day one. Hi, everyone. Straight A's right off the rip. We told you about that year 2 ACL. You need to get over it because he certainly did. Because basically, you have everything that happened his rookie year. Fast forward to the, end of last year, where he was the Defensive Player of the Year. He's sandwiched an incredible run around being the Rookie of the Year and the Defensive Player of the Year. And so have the 49ers team. Now, hold on. Before you make any argument against this, just listen. In 2020, he was second in the NFL in quarterback pressures. In 2021, he's first in the NFL in quarterback pressures with a career high and league-leading 18.5 sacks. So all of this, everything he's done has been at the epicenter. What we would all have to agree, what even people who didn't like the 49ers would agree, would be one of the most respected, fiercest defenses since he's been on the team, that has turned 2 of his defensive coordinators into NFL head coaches. And then to punctuate it all, he's the Defensive Player of the Year. You can't have, beyond a torn ACL, a better start to a career than that. He is a one-man football game dominator of the first degree. Any team that he is on becomes better instantly. Instantly, he's that much of a schematic game changer for every single offensive coordinator in the NFL. And the whole point is, well, you can be neutralized if you get the ball out fast. Okay, then limit the other team's quarterback to an instant decision and a 2.5, 3-step drop all football game long and see what their big explosive play ratio is at the end of the afternoon. You're trying to limit big explosive plays all day. So if you got to tailor your offense to get it out as fast as possible every single time Nick Bosa is on the field, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's better than the quarterback's got a lot of time in the pocket. Come on. It's like we've forgotten what wins championships. People are now holding lost NFC title games against Nick Bosa. People are holding 49er playoff failure against Nick Bosa. I can't remember once anyone blaming anyone but the quarterback or Kyle Shanahan on any playoff or NFC title game loss. But now it's conveniently morphed into Nick Bosa's fault. Didn't see that one coming. And if your ultimate argument is Damon, it's about postseason play, though. That's where we are. What is Nick Bosa in the postseason? Okay, well, if it's the postseason you're worried about, he's got the most postseason sacks in franchise history. That's who Nick Bosa is in the postseason. He's got the most sacks in team history. And if you're saying, well, that's just individual day, what about the team? So defenses that Nick Bosa has been on have placed with the second most postseason sacks and the third most postseason sacks 2 different times as a team. So in the entire history of 49ers postseason sack excellence, what, in 85, you had that game in Chicago? What was it, 24-0 over the Bears? One of the greatest single days without a Lombardi trophy any football team's ever had on a football field. You wiped the floor with the Chicago Bears in that playoff game in 85. You had 9 sacks that day, 9 sacks. After that, the number is 6. And a few 49ers teams had 6 sacks in a game. One of them was Nick Bosa's team, and that was in the divisional round against the Vikings a few years ago. The other 2 were 5-sack 49er team defensive performances against the Packers at Lambeau, that big win at Lambeau, and against the New York Giants in the wild card last year. So this is about an individual's performance, pay him, but look at the outstanding performance that the team has had defensively around him in the postseason. I'm awfully sorry you lost the NFC title game. If you want to blame Nick Bosa on that, go ahead, but you don't know what you're looking at. I mean, come on. You literally draft a player in hopes that he becomes Nick Bosa. We hope that any player we select will almost overnight instantly become the best player at his position in all of football. That's what we're hoping for. And that's pretty much who he is. You know, I mean, if you are drafting defensive ends right now, the list is simply what, Myles Garrett or Nick Bosa. 1 or 2, who you taking? That's the list. He's outstanding. Now, if your argument is, well, this is something other than, like, he doesn't want to be with the 49ers, he doesn't like living in California, he's a little bit too much of a red state guy in his heart, in a blue state place to live. Let me tell you, that's a talking point that I haven't heard since before the year he was drafted. There hasn't been a single peep about Nick Bosa's unhappiness, being uncomfortable in Northern California. To the contrary, it's been everything the opposite. He likes the sunshine. He likes it out here. He's happy. All precincts are reporting Nick Bosa's happy, and why wouldn't he be? Because the situation that he has been in since he's been drafted has turned him, with his own talent, of course, into the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Year at the ripe old age of 25. Nick Bosa's looking around going, things are going great. And while I'm here and while I'm healthy, I can't help but notice that things are going great for this franchise. There should be nobody on this football team making a penny more than me. And that's called the free market. That's called how sports works. Best player on team should make most money. Full stop. But it's a salary cap sport and you have to worry. Okay, then stop having all these best players in the NFL at your positions. That's the price you got to pay for the team that you want to have then. You know? Again, if I see another list about the 2024 cap prices, ask every single one of those life career 49er veterans to restructure to keep Nick Bosa and a good thing going, because nobody wants to kill the golden goose. I bet you they do it. They usually do. God. If you can't tell, I've been thinking about this. This has been on my mind. There's no amount of financial reason in my mind that can be applied to why this hasn't been done yet. I want to thank my guys before we go any further. My guys are starting with this guy. Uncle Ike. Ike serves delicious sandwiches from nearly 100 different locations, and one of those locations is an app right on your phone called Ike's Rewards. Download that today. Sign up. Start logging miles towards free sandwiches or bites or whatever they're called. However you get rewarded for free sandwiches, you go ahead and get rewarded for free sandwiches whenever you order from the Ike's Rewards program. Go ahead, check it out. I'm not going to tell you about the sandwiches. I'm here to tell you about his app. You take your business to that man's app, and you'll be in the business of eating free sandwiches soon enough. Let's see. We want to thank our good friends at Blackened Whiskey. As always, you want some delicious whiskey? Look no further. Blackened Whiskey. Go check it out. Metallica, baby, a San Francisco original. Blackened Whiskey, certainly an original. I mean, it is delicious. A delicious price point. It is a fantastic blend. It works on the rocks, neat, in a cocktail. You'll be happy. By the way, it is a gorgeous cocktail having day outside, if there ever was one. Freaking beautiful out. And we, of course, want to tell you about our new place to handicap your bets. Folks, we are officially coming up on week 1 of the NFL. You want the best advice where to put it down? Daily, weekly, monthly subscriptions are available at Bottom Line Bets. We'll get to MyBookie in a second. Bottom Line Bets is where you go to find great advice from a man who cashes winners all the time. He is not there just selling you a tout service and not playing his own bets. You lay it, he's playing it. Check it out. Bottom Line Bets. My man Stefan is hot, and it's a good time to be hot because here comes week 1 of the NFL. Also, where do you place that bet? Finally, let me tell you about mybookie.ag. Mybookie.ag. Use promo code Damon when you go there, and no matter where you are, you can go there and start placing bets today. When you sign up with promo code Damon, you'll get a 50% deposit match and a $10 casino chip to be used in their casino. Mybookie.ag. You can play it from anywhere you are. It is offshore. It is trustworthy. They have been around for years. Go ahead, look it up, check it out. mybookie.ag. If you're looking for a place to put your action, right there, mybookie.ag. Use promo code Damon, D-A-M-O-N, when you sign up. So there you go. Those are my guys. Make them your guys as well. We got sandwiches, we got whiskey, we got gambling, and we got a casino for you. What more could you possibly want out of a sports talk radio show? Yeah, I mean, I guess it is. We're here on YouTube. We're streaming on AMP as well. Of course, you can download the podcast, Damon Bruce Plus, anywhere you go. It's one-stop shopping for hopefully all you need out of the Bay Area for now, but we will be looking even beyond Bay Area headlines as we get deeper into the NFL season, which, again, starts tomorrow night. And the fact it's all starting tomorrow night and the 49ers have not reached conclusion with Nick Bosa is just, it's insane. It's insane. Ian Rappaport, NFL Network, says with the first practice of game week upon us, 49er star Nick Bosa is not in the building for meetings with his teammates. His holdout stretches into the regular season. His status for week 1 is now in doubt as he seeks a blockbuster contract extension. Again, the 49ers have had years to budget for this moment. They knew exactly who Nick Bosa was as a player. And if you're one argument, and I guess it's the only argument that you could make as, all right, Damon, as they were budgeting Nick Bosa, they clearly carved out like a 30-something-ish $1 million deal, and Nick now wants more than that. Well, you're allowed to ask for more than that when you win Defensive Player of the Year. That would be the only thing that the 49ers could say, well, we weren't quite budgeting for that. Well, that's a shame that you were underestimating your own player's talent because I think a lot of people saw it coming. I bet you Nick Bosa was the favorite to bet on in Vegas for Defensive Player of the Year started before last year even began. So it's something that the 49ers should have anticipated. Again, they should have anticipated all of this. They should have anticipated all of this. But if the Defensive Player of the Year award is the one thing you didn't plan on, guess what? You get to deconstruct the mess that it makes right now to sign Nick Bosa next offseason. Next offseason, you can take an aspirin. Your headache will go away. It's 2023 that all that matters right now. Everything can be manipulated, massaged, worked on next offseason. I mean, week 1, it's here. and Nick Bosa is not on the team. It's unbelievable to me. It's really unbelievable to me. By the way, Chandler Jones is not with the Raiders today. Apparently, he wants to, take his bag and go home. He got locked out of the facility, couldn't get in, couldn't reach the GM, couldn't reach his coach. The team reached out to some ex-girlfriend who was an emergency contact or something. It's a weird, something is always weird with the Raiders. I mean, look, Allegiant Stadium is great, but the weird used to be Oakland Raiders still play in there. They can change coaches. They can change GMs. There is always a little something weird with the frickin' Raiders. There's something weird with Chandler Jones. I'll tell you what, I am going to get JT the Brick on to hang out on this channel to promote the fact that he is starting his YouTube channel as well. And we will talk some Las Vegas Raiders, since I'm getting so many requests from Bay Area football fans saying, look, my heart still bleeds silver and black, Damon. Can you just break me off a little something? Well, I'll break you off more than a little something. I'll break you off some right off the pure brick, baby. Puro, JT the Brick, coming up sometime soon. I can promise you that here on the Damon Bruce Show on the Pluce. Also, couldn't make it this Friday. He's busy. He's in Bristol. Joe Fortenbaugh is starting a new afternoon drive show on ESPN Radio. Good for him. I'm so happy and proud of him. And he is very busy and in Bristol this week. I have been told next Friday could be a Fortenbaugh Friday. I believe Larry Krueger is going to be stopping by tomorrow. Akash Anavarathian is going to stop on by. We're going to be talking 49ers and Steelers with his. I think that Akash does some phenomenal work covering the 49ers. He's really, really good at what he does. And I'm looking forward to having him on, Larry Krueger on, soon some Joe Fortenbaugh for you. And we got a lot coming up here on the Pluce. It's football season, baby. Thank God. Are you ready? I'm ready. Wait, hold on. It wasn't set up. I should have checked this. Here we go. Maximum football. Come on. Oh, look. And you know what? It just scrolled up here. My man Irwin. Can we get a maximum football? You can get another one, man, if you had to wait for that. Again, one more sip. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm ready, man. I am ready for some football. I'm so sick and tired of talking about Nick Bosa. I'm so sick and tired about talking about quarterbacks. All the drama in the 49ers roster that's always attached to it, like all the frickin' time. I saw, wait, this was from Michelle Haberman. I pinned this earlier when I was looking before the show even started today. 'Twas 5 days before kickoff, and all through the chat were a bunch of anxious fans wondering where the fuck Bosa at. Yeah. And what's crazy is we live in a world of such, I don't know, what is it, ownership simps, billionaire sympathizers? I don't know what it is. Dude, you should be on the side of labor on this one. Again, this isn't just another employee either. This is an employee inspector number 4. This is number 97. I got to look here again. Wait, I got to look this up. I had this on another computer. Let me see if I can just open it up. It's right on the page. I had this up. One more case for Nick Bosa. Here we go. The man that is Nick Bosa is already 8th on the all-time franchise sack list. 8th already. Bryant Young, number 1 all-time, 89.5 sacks. He played 208 games. Nick Bosa in 51 games has 43 sacks. If Nick Bosa plays as many games for the 49ers as Bryant Young, he's going to have 200 fucking sacks. Or maybe that's not the number, but it's a much more than Bryant Young had. Good Lord. By the way, when you look at the all-time sacks list, so it's number 1, Bryant Young, number 2, Charles Haley, number 3, Ahmad Brooks, number 4, Dana Stubblefield, Dwayne Board at number 5, and then there was Alden Smith. Alden Smith, Justin Smith is all that stands between Nick Bosa and Alden Smith, and Alden Smith had 44 sacks in 50 games. God, what a career spoiled and wasted. What a career just tossed away by Alden Smith. Nick Bosa, 43 sacks in 51 regular season games. What more do you need? Yeah. What do you want to project? Project what his career might be? Here's my projection. Fucking greatness. That's what I project. Not just some greatness. I'm talking about fucking greatness. That's the projection on Nick Bosa. But he could get hurt. Get out of the sport of football. Stop watching it. Stop covering it. Stop talking about it. He could get hurt applies to everyone at all times, including the coach who's standing there and maybe not paying attention. Someone wipes his legs out. The guy holding the parabolic dish's life is in danger. Shit is dangerous. All right, I see the chat absolutely flying. We'll get to it when we get to Club Pluce in a second. But look, we have to. I need to let you know, it's a gorgeous day outside, right? I'm going to get through Club Pluce quickly today because I want you to join me on AMP. I know I'm asking you to follow me a lot of places, but there's hardly 200 people even following me. Not a lot of people have ever heard of AMP, used AMP. So check it out today. And what I'm going to do on this gorgeous day is take you through a 7-song gorgeous day playlist. If you want to know what the songs are, sign up for AMP. AMP. That simple. You can get it on iPhone. You can get it on Android. You create an account, follow Damon Bruce Plus over on AMP, and I'm going to give you a 7-song set list today of beautiful day songs because we got sundress conditions in San Francisco. It is freaking gorgeous. I'm going to go sit out in my backyard and play this list for you. I might even mow the lawn a little bit while some songs are playing. I mean, that's how freaking gorgeous it is out today. So check out AMP. Well, my man, Rockin' New Era 84. Is he out there today? I haven't seen his name scroll by yet on the chat. He's a guy over on AMP. Think of AMP as the VIP lounge of Club Pluce. How about that? I should have just opened with that marketing. I hadn't thought about it until right now. I just made that up. But I like it. I like it. It's the VIP room of Club Pluce over on AMP. So like all VIP rooms, you got to walk through another door to get there. Download the AMP app, sign up, follow Damon Bruce, and I'm going to play you a 7-song, gorgeous sunny day playlist when we say goodbye and thank you from over in Club Pluce. But before we get to Club Pluce, we need to talk about the sinking ship that is the San Francisco Giants. The Giants took 2 torpedoes into the hull last night, and they're sinking. Things are not good. A brutal loss in a game at Wrigley Field where the Giants led by multiple runs, multiple times, and they lose. Like, that's devastating to a baseball team that is trying to break a losing streak. The Giants had scored 1 run in their previous 3 games, losing all of them, riding a 4-game losing streak into a game where they're putting up crooked numbers. They score 8 runs and still lose. Like, that hurts. Like, they're only humans, right? Like, that'll keep you up at night as a baseball player when you get shut out in 2 of your last 3 games with 1 run in the other game. You go out and get 8 runs and crooked numbers galore and you still lose. That's 5 in a row. That's 5 in a row. And if the Giants, who are underway, by the way, at Wrigley Field right now, if the Giants lose today, that's a 0-6 road trip. It's the wrong time of the year to be having an 0-6 road trip. You do that back in May if you're going to do it at all. Okay, it's the wrong time of the year for an 0-6 road trip. How did things get worse? Well, let me tell you that Patrick Bailey is on the concussion list. So one of the best rookie on the team, one of the best players on the team is unavailable right now. And, again, here's the deal. It's win today and you're 1-5 on a 6-gamer. You lose, you get a date with Broomhilda, and she's going to fly with you back to San Francisco after this road trip. Not good. Not good in a row. Gabe Kapler and Farhan Zaidi should send the 49ers front office a muffin basket, because the 49ers' constant drama surrounding their roster is the only thing keeping the heat off of Farhan, who just had the worst trade deadline in maybe the history of the Giants front office with A.J. Pollock and nothing else, folks. And the team has been taking on water and dying since August 1st. Dying, like dead last in every major league offensive category that counts. That's who the Giants have been since August. It ain't good. I've been into fraud lately. Like, not myself. I've been into shows about fraud. I have a recommendation for you. I know we're all always looking for something good to watch. If you have HBO Plus, BS High. The documentary about Bishop Sycamore, the fake high school in Ohio that got on ESPN to play IMG Academy at the Hall of Fame. And that's when the story exploded, that smart people were saying, something's wrong here, but no one was paying any attention. Something's wrong here. No one's paying any attention until all of a sudden ESPN puts its powerful spotlight and everyone and their eyes look at this horrific football game that is all sorts of negligence attached to it. This is a fascinating documentary. BS High. Their coach, Roy Johnson was his name. I don't know, but a first-degree con artist, if there ever was one. And like all con artists, he's kind of charming. He's kind of right. He's definitely wrong, but he's identified loopholes in the system that are designed due to negligence or stupidity for someone to see through ways of working around things that are certainly moralistically hard to compromise. You're doing wrong by these kids, and we all know it, but what you're trying to do, yeah, there could be some noble cause corruption attached to it, but you're only doing it because you can get away with it. And half the time, the people who are being interviewed in the documentary are simply saying, like, yeah, I didn't think we'd have to make a law that it's illegal to pretend a school exists, but we never made that law. So technically it's not illegal to pretend a school exists. Like, it's stunning. And it's corruption that was allowed through negligence from people who were supposed to be the adults in the room in the first place. Again, I've been binging fraud lately. I just rewatched The Big Lie. I love that movie. It's such a good movie. The Big Lie about the housing crisis, and it's really good. Fantastic movie. Well cast, well executed and acted, well directed. Love that movie. I am now watching the Netflix Bernie Madoff 4-part documentary. I just watched Painkiller, which was all about OxyContin and the Sacklers and how corrupt they were. Bernie Madoff, by the way, was allowed to happen because people who were supposed to investigate him did such a bad job listening to, here's the thing. If you're dealing with numbers, you know who you should be in the department of listening to? Mathematicians. Mathematicians are saying, look, it's real simple. Nobody only wins on the stock market. It's a mathematical impossibility. So for this guy to only win equals something is up, something's funny, or maybe something isn't funny, but he's doing something that has so never been seen before. The math says he's cheating. And there were all kinds of red flags. And there was all kinds of good timing that Bernie Madoff caught. Like 9/11 was good to Bernie Madoff. The first time they were going to maybe pounce and corral him, 9/11 happened, and then all of a sudden Wall Street had all sorts of issues. So they take his eye off him, and he was a respected character. It's fascinating. I got one more episode to go in the Madoff doc, but I'm 3 in. It's a 4-part limited series on Netflix. Again, I'm going through a big corruption phase. How the ultimate rich screw everybody over. And that's why I feel like extra on Nick Bosa's side, because you know what? All that guy was work. All Nick Bosa's done is work hard to become the best at his craft in his industry. And what he is rewarded should be nothing less than the most possible reward you can give to a player. I mean, he's been amazing. So there you go. BS High, the Bernie Madoff thing, Painkiller on Netflix. Matthew Broderick is in that. It's really good. The woman who played the lady with the crazy eyes, who was crazy in Orange is the New Black. I think she won a lot of Emmys for that. She's in it. She is outstanding. I just can't remember her name right now. Corruption. It's everywhere. Thank you for watching today's show. What a way to end it. So here's the way. We're not going to end it that way. We're going to hop into Club Pluce here on YouTube. Then over on the AMP app, we are going to play for you a 7-song sunny day set list that I promise is going to put a smile on your face and a tap in your toe. I'm going to go full on DJ over there for you. And if you are listening on the podcast and you're like, geez, I would like to catch that set list, guess what? Shows that I do on AMP are available to you rebroadcast a little bit later on if you're following me. You can listen to anything that you might have missed. We do the whole, it's like the AMP is a podcast. I did the entire show. Everything we've done has already been done on the AMP app. There will be more coming up. It is the VIP of Club Pluce. That's where we're going next. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Thank you for being great to the Damon Bruce Show. You all have been. We're going to get into Club Pluce here. Are you ready? Here we go. For everyone else, thank you for tuning in to the podcast. And please do remember that sports don't build character, they reveal it. And like that, he's gone. See, on AMP, I don't have to go, like I could actually play that song over on AMP, but here on YouTube, I will get flagged, and they'll probably like drop a bomb on my house from some, Google drone or something. So can't do that. But in the meantime, hold on. Plug in disco light, dim other light, pick up whiskey sign, stuff everyone does. Who isn't turning on disco lights and picking up whiskey signs these days? What do we got? What do we got? By the way, Uncle Boys doesn't get mentioned because their sponsorship ran out. However, we're carving out a special space for Uncle Boys. We are going to reach a deal with you. I got to reach out to you, Uncle Boys. I see you. We're going to figure something else. I promise you. I love you. You know that. You were here to take care of me early on. I'm not going to forget about no one, no time soon. We take care of our own here on the Pluce. We build community. We build love. We do it with whiskey, sandwiches, good handicapping advice, and a place to gamble it all away. Here to help. Irwin, here's here to help too. Onion rings are good. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Chef A, speaking of delicious, Chef A says, Damon, what do you think will happen first? Bosa signing with the 49ers or the Giants actually getting a win? Anybody want to set the line? Here's what I haven't been paying attention. They're in commercial break right now. Last time I looked, it was scoreless at Wrigley Field. I would hope that the Giants are going to win a game before Sunday, and I don't think we're going to see Nick Bosa on Sunday. I don't. I don't. I think the Niners, we're trying to win it all year, have not behaved like we're trying to win it all front office. There is a certain amount of shame attached to it. We'll see what that does to the bottom line of the 2023 season that they want to have. This is the wrong foot to start a very long journey on. Now, if you're telling me at some point in this journey, Nick Bosa arrives, stays healthy, even if they've wandered off the path of their journey a little, there's a lot of football season left when a football season hasn't even started. So, not that regular season games don't matter, because they certainly do in the NFL, but the Niners got, just looking at this, to the Giants game, week 3 to get them in before, okay, you're definitely not going to be whoever you thought you were. I mean, to me, they're almost already there. But there's an awful lot of football to be played. So it's hard to say that the Niners have so screwed this up that they're not going to be who we thought they were, because they might be able to figure this out and still be who you hope they are. And look, they could still be pretty successful without Nick Bosa. They're that good. But the ultimate success of Super Bowl champion, I do not believe that is attainable without Nick Bosa. Every team that wants to win a Super Bowl usually needs their best player to do it. Nick Bosa is the 49ers' best football player. Done. Ta-da. Ooh, look at UC Steve going a little numerology on us, saying, tomorrow is September 7th, 9/7, Nick Bosa Day. See, there you go, UC Steve. I hadn't even thought of that. And so I'm glad we're talking. Glad we are talking, because you have illuminated a light bulb I hadn't even screwed in. Thank you. It's 3-0 Cubs. Top of the second. I honestly didn't think Joey Bart would play for the Giants again. Is Joey Bart in this lineup today? I haven't even looked at the lineup. With Bailey out, I guess that's not out of the question. Is he back on the team? Is he in the lineup? Is he catching today? I'm not paying attention to how today's game started. I'm not. What's going on? This is from Khalil King. The fuck? As a Raider fan, them not paying someone with 18 and a half sacks is insane to me. Yeah. Yeah. Feels like that's a guy you'd want to keep around. Baron Red, speaking of them Raiders, saying Brick and Bruce. Yeah, it's coming. It is coming. Erwin, hit that like button. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Thank you, Erwin. JJ Raider, yay, you caved to peer pressure. No, it's not peer pressure. It's, I'm going to get you a Raiders expert, which is going to give you value. Me just spouting what I think is going to happen with the Raiders, there's, I'm glad that you would find that entertaining, but I want to bring you value, actual inside information. Talk that same shit when JT is on. Bet you won't. Oh, no, I'm going to let him know right away. I think the Raiders are going to go 6-11. It's a 6-11 football team, probably. It's my guy. That's my boy. If you're new here, hit subscribe. You must be new here. I am the Bay. No, wait. If you're I am the Bay, you can't be new here. You're the Bay, for goodness sakes. What do we got? What do we got here? Yeah, Otis Bird saying congratulations to Fortenbaugh on his new show. Absolutely, man. Joe Fortenbaugh is a guy in this business you can feel really, really good about rooting for. He is a fantastic. He's a great person. He's a great dad. He's a great husband. Not to mention, he is cornering the market as ESPN's gambling authority. Joe Fortenbaugh, if ESPN is smart and right and gives him the kind of exposure, just like give him a fraction of the deal you're giving to Pat McAfee, Joe Fortenbaugh is years away from being a multimillionaire. Dude, he should be the Adam Schefter of gambling on ESPN. As a matter of fact, I'm going to predict he will be that. He will be the Adam Schefter, the breaking gambling news. Joe Fortenbaugh will be ESPN's breaking gambling news guy as gambling becomes more and more common in every single discussion that ESPN is going to have on its air because they're getting into the business of being, with Penn, they're going to be a gambling source too. So they're going to be selling it because they're desperate to make money, as everyone seems to be in the broadcasting business these days. Oh, what a lovely time to be alive. Uncle Boys. I see you, Uncle Boys.
Maximum
Look at my man, Jack Welsh. Best time of the year coming up. NFL, college football, baseball playoffs. Amen. Jack, we're going to sneeze, and it's going to be basketball season. The Warriors are going to be playing with Chris Paul, for goodness sakes. I mean, there is so much stuff coming up. You want to say, Damon, would you go ahead and expand, please, your coverage beyond the Bay Area? Thank you. Thank you for wanting me to talk about the team that you care about, wanting me to take a broader picture. I will at some point, but my God, just the stories we have here in the Bay Area. The Niners are going to be one of the top 4 or 5 NFL stories the entire year through because we got half the world rooting for them, the other half clearly rooting against them. And that's the world the Golden State Warriors live in. The Golden State Warriors, Draymond back, Jordan Poole gone, Chris Paul here, Steph Curry still Curry. What's Clay got left? Oh, it's incredible. We're in for a good year. Jack, I love you, buddy. See you down at the tree lot. A great guardsman, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Welsh. That's my guy. Again, cannot wait for a Fortenbaugh Friday. Thank you, Leslie. It's coming. Old Dirty Hungus saying, Damon, Ray's face every single time you would. I honestly, I think that it's why Ray hasn't appeared yet. He's still so stung by all the maximum football he had to sit through. All right. Steve says, typically it doesn't happen basically every time a top NFL player wants a huge contract. Negotiation tactics. No, this doesn't quite happen. And it certainly doesn't happen with the 49ers, who are historically good at getting the players in they want in. That's what makes this, again, just so weird and so odd. And it's, I guess, one of the... If you wanted to argue that the 49ers have handled this the right way, I would argue against that. I think that they sat on their hands a little bit too patiently, and I respect the fact that no numbers have leaked. Like, there is professionals on both sides of this negotiation, which is, to me, the frustrating thing, that it hasn't happened because there's been no leaks. There's not a definitive, this is the X marks the spot number reported to this contract, not yet by anybody. And the best of the best and most connected, contacted, oh boy, hold on. Sometimes you got to reset the computer. The best connected, the guys and reporters with the best contacts are all searching for the X marks the spot of why this deal hasn't been done. Is it an annual average value? Is it a total guarantee? Is years? What is it? Everyone is looking for that who knows how to find these things, and no one can proof positive put that number forward, which means this has been professionally handled by both sides. The only thing that is pissing everyone off is that it hasn't been done. Conclude business, everyone. And that goes for Team Bosa too. But Team Bosa should get everything coming to it with a cherry on top. That's who he has been. So, sign Nick Bosa. Again, Aldon Smith had Justin Smith on the other side taking all the attention. I mean, you got Justin Smith right after Aldon Smith on the 49ers career sacks list. So, yeah, the two of them were fantastic together. Aldon Smith wasn't the same player without Justin Smith, and Aldon Smith wasn't the same player as he was early in his career for a lot more reasons than just Justin Smith's absence. The man had dependency problems. Ahmad Brooks, wouldn't have guessed that one. R.I.P. Cougar Rebel, right? Yeah. They're just blitzing linebackers back then. Whoa. Earmuffs. Sorry, everyone. Uncle Boy's right here. Aldon should have been an all-time career. Addiction. Not good. Here's my man, rocking New Era 84, Amp Baby. He's over there. Let's see. Is he already in the chat over there? Let me see. I turned it on. No, we got JJ Raiders in the chat over there. JJ Raider is following me like on Twitch, on YouTube, on Amp. He might be following me home from the grocery store. Thank you, JJ Raider. I appreciate that. BP Smith 73 over on Amp saying, what do we even do here? You need to wait over there, Amp app. I'm going to be getting to you exclusively the VIP room of Club Pluce, and I got a 7-song sundress condition sunny day set list for you of the first degree. Damon, are you going to mention how horrible the Giants are right now? Oh yeah, obviously you got that. You sent that one before we got to that topic, but yes, Postman and Capitola. They stink. Stacy, I'm there, Damon, Amp, Stacy. I'm going to dedicate a lovely day song to you. Over on, you know what? I even know what song I am going to dedicate to you, and I can dedicate it to you because you've met my wife, you've met my mom, you've met my kids. Stacy Leo, you get a song dedicated to you today. And I don't have to I don't have to feel guilty about it. I'm going to dedicate a song to Jillian. Got an absolute song to dedicate to Jillian. I got some good stuff coming up. VIP, you say? VIP? Look at this. VIP? Drew Down wants in. Get in there, Drew Down. You've been in there. True Blue Forever. You've been in there. VIP, very important Plucers. See, Uncle Boy? Oy! That's why you're in the family forever. Oh, no, look at it this way. True Blue Forever wasn't in it. Forever? True Blue Forever wasn't in there. Downloading the AMP app now. I don't even know how many people I got following me on the AMP app, but if there were a whole bunch more at the end of this day, I think it's like around 200 maybe following me, or 100. I mean, it's a tiny, tiny, tiny audience. It's not a lot of people even know about the app. But it's a place where I can play music and talk to you and hang out with you. And that's what we're going to do a little bit later on today. That's why it's the VIP room, baby. Rockin' New Era 84, man. It's just laughable at this point with the Giants, and I'm a Giants fan. What a disastrous road trip. It really is. It's not good. It's not good. Dude, the National League was wide the hell open. I mean, just a little bit more than A.J. Pollock would have equaled a little bit more winning than what they've done since the trade deadline, and just a little bit more winning. Oh, by the way, Joey Bart is in the lineup today. He's hitting ninth. Let's go, Joey Bart. Let's take you live through this Joey Bart at bat. We join it already in progress. It is 1-2. Joey Bart. He's got a runner on second. Nobody out. Top of the third. Giants down 3-0. Let's see what we got. The delivery, the kick, and the pitch. And Joey checks that swing. Oh, they appeal down to first base. First base umpire says Joey pulled it back. The professional hitter that he is, the patient Joey Bart that he now represents, number 21 in your uniform, or your number 21 in your program, number 1 in your heart, Joey Bart. Wade Meckler, option to AAA. He will be missed. Fouled it off, does Joey Bart here. Fouled it off. All right. I'm going to get to Club Pluce after this Joey Bart at bat. I'm not even going to lie with you right now. We're just going to look at super chats. Who's making a jingle jangle today? Chef A. So, Damon, the over-under on the following. Giants won. Oh, no. See, I saw you. I did catch that. I caught it before you even dropped a little jingle jangle on it, Chef A, but thank you very much. By the way, Chef A, along with delivering incredible a toffee peanut yummy brittle to the day of Pluce Mania, she also had a nice fat joint wrapped up in there for me too. So Chef A, right after my own heart. Thank you as always, Joey Bart. Nice contact. He flies out to deep right field. That will advance the runner. Ta-da. There you go. The Big Short. Yeah, it's good. Fish and chips, by the way. Hello. Fish and chips, BS high. And nobody noticed. Yeah, it's just amazing. It's amazing that nobody noticed. Margin call, better than the Big Short. I don't even know what margin call is. I'll have to check that out. AJ Cruz says, Damon, the truth is people don't want to know that they're being scammed until their money is gone. Bernie Madoff operated in a rare space. I mean, he took advantage of all of it. Like, to be conned by Bernie Madoff, if you were just look at it this way. People who are financial professionals were conned by Bernie Madoff. His con was so good and so tight and came down from, I mean, it would be the equivalent of finding out that, oh, Mount Rushmore isn't a mountain at all. It's actually, that's paper mache. Like, that's how incredible of a con this guy pulled off in his Ponzi scheme. Ponzi scheme. I have seen this. Damon, the boiler room. Yes, absolutely. I have seen that. Thank you very much, Uncle Boys. Bobby Bonilla Day exists because the Mets owners were invested with Mayoff. Bonnie Bonilla Day existed far before the Wilpons, I think, got involved, to be honest with you. But the amount of really smart, wealthy people that got yes. With the reason why, Steve Cohen owns the Mets right now is because the Wilpons had to get out of the we own shit business because they got duped by Bernie Madoff. That was a big problem. Big part of it. Old Dirty Hungus says Dope Sick on Hulu is even better than Painkiller. I've seen it. It's outstanding too. But the Painkiller thing is really good. It just looks at it from a more legal standpoint than it is the investigative standpoint. I thought they were both really good. True Blue Forever on the AMP app. Oh, look at this. I'm starting to see some familiar avatars popping up on the AMP app. How about that? AJ Cruz hanging out over there. I see Michelle Haberman, she slipped in behind the velvet rope. Love that. I want to say thank you, Chef A, for the jingle jangle. Uncle Boys, I'll be in touch with my ideas soon. My man Rich Alexander, sprinkle me, baby. Parag Marathe is a D-bag trying to win the deal. Look, I mean, it's to the point where winning the football games are more important than winning the deal. I don't know if we can say this is just on Parag, but I mean, we know that he controls this. This is what he does. And without having Nick Bosa signed for week 1 of this year, you cannot tell me that he is doing it right. Anthony says, Damon, what was the name of the intro song when you would come back from commercial on 95.7 The Game? Not Jenny Was a Friend of Mine, which was the title song. Well, there were a lot of different ones. I'm sorry, I don't know which one you might have been talking about, so I don't even know where to begin my list. And honestly, I haven't been on 95.7 The Game in so freaking long that now I've kind of forgotten what all those rejoiners were. There was a point where they were burned into my head because they were played every single day into my ears, but what can I tell you? Out of sight, out of mind, or out of listening distance, out of mind. Warriors post game on the Pluce will be must watch. Thank you, Vince. We're going to have some fun this upcoming basketball season right over here as well. I promise you that. But I can also promise you that Larry Krueger and I are going to be bringing you one of the single best day after shows you're going to find anywhere in football. As a matter of fact, anytime the 49ers play the following Monday, it's either going to be happening on my channel over on Larry's channel, The Krug Show, or Damon Bruce Plus. We're going to go back and forth starting week 1 on my channel. We are going to be doing a Monday morning recap show and just absolutely put the previous 49ers game through an autopsy. We are going to find out what worked, what didn't. We are going to have a hell of a show for you the day after every single 49ers game. I am going to have a hell of a show for you at the 2-minute warning of every single 49ers game. I'm not even waiting for the damn game to finish before I start my post game. We're going at the 2-minute warning. Sometimes we will know the conclusion. We'll just be watching the clock tick to 0. Other times we'll be holding our breath together. Other times, we're going to be in overtime together. So it'll be a fun chance to hang out here. I hope you plan on coming back. Your loyalty means the world to me here. Please subscribe. Please hit notify. Please make sure you like what you're looking at right now. And then when you get there, T from the 203 saying, Amp, I'm going there too. Thank you very much. And if you're new in here, again, hit that subscribe button. Oh, no. Jonas saying AMP is U.S. only, it seems. We're missing out on the Icelandic market? That's no Flurgan good. Oh, Flurgan. Jonas. Damn. That hurts. Flurgan. I'm sorry, Jonas, you cannot come into the VIP room. Someone here says, Damon, you got 210 AMP followers. Well, then 210 people are about to hear the 7 best, beautiful, sunny day songs that honestly I thought of while I was getting coffee ready this morning. I put a great little playlist together, and we're going to get over there right now. In the meantime, oh no, Flurgan, enjoy AMP, not available in London either. If you are right here in Flurgan, America, you can enjoy AMP. If you're not in Flurgan, America, but you're over in Flurgan, Iceland, or Flurgan, London, you're out of Flurgan luck. We live. Yeah, we do hold it down in Icelandic market. Shout out Jonas. And on that note, and the UK, we international, baby. We international. We're still big in Japan, although Otani Tuesdays cooled down ever since he hurt his elbow. There you go. Good and fun show today here on YouTube. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let's see. Tomorrow, Akash Anavaranthian is going to join me at 11 o'clock. There are a few things we're cooking up. Joe Fortenbaugh coming down the pike, I believe, next week for a Fortenbaugh Friday. Larry Krueger is going to join me hopefully on Friday as well, or we're going to do a little something to get you ready and promote the fact that he and I are going to be live on Monday mornings. He's doing a post game. I'm doing a post game. You hang out with all of us at some point in time here. It is great to be on YouTube. It really is. I'm having a good day today. I hope you're having a great day today. The sunny day that I had outside before I came in here to go disco lights with you, it's freaking gorgeous out, man. So join me over on the Flurgan Amp app, and we're going to have some fun over there. Flurgan. Remember, folks, when it comes to leaving the VIP room, well, no. You're about to head into the VIP room if you're over on the AMP app. That's where we're playing a special welcome set on the AMP app. But if you are inside Club Pluce right now, I'm going to say thank you very much. Tip your waitress accordingly. Thanks to everyone for the jingle jangle today. Chef A, I see you. Who else? We also had another person. Was it Carl? Geez, now I feel bad that I mentioned one, not the other. I'm sorry. Chef A gave me weed, so I'm going to continue to think of her at all times. She also gave me toffee and brittle. It's a win for her. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.